Hello, my friends and all great followers. It's me, Paul, and we are at the end. We are at the end of the experiment number 2. So let's see how this ended up. And before I move on, I want to invite those who are new here to subscribe to this channel and click the bell to be notified about new video updates and mainly about new experiments. And furthermore, join the World Sense Awakening group on Facebook, because this is the place where the experiments are running. And I want to thank you to all of you, to all of the members who are posting here their messages and posts. So some of them are very interesting and I am keeping them on the timeline. But if you are sharing, for example, within a few minutes free posts, it really doesn't make sense. So I will only leave just one post from yours in this short period of time. So do not ask about that or don't argue about this. This is just to make it more senseful, this group, as this name is also about the world sense, so it should make sense what you are sharing. So again, thank you for your posts, because they are really nice, and many of them. And if you are watching this video, subscribe or join this group via the link in the description and help us to reach the members and the community to grow it up as much as possible, because then it becomes much more interesting as the people are joining the experiments I am performing right here. And as I said, we are at the end of experiment number 2. It means the experiment is just now ended, and the experiment was played right in this group. It was not possible without this group to do this experiment. And one of the tasks on the main task was to join the group and find other 3 people which they will join the group as well. So let's see the results right now. I will just show it. So the experiment number 2 had 3 phases. The first one started at the end of the last year, and we started with this number of members, and we ended with that number of members, gaining 48 members in total. So it wasn't so bad, in fact, and it was about just to find one person who will join this group. And then I came to phase number 2, and that was started in the beginning of this year, and we started with this number, ended with this one, and the number we gained was 53. And that was the main reach and success I presented. And here I asked to find 2 persons to join this group. And finally, we are here ending the experiment number 2 and the last phase 3. So it started, and it was longer than the previous phases. The reason was that I haven't so much time to take care about it to end it in the right time. But let's see the results. We started with this value, and finally we gained more than not one but 900 members, and in total we gained 88 new members with this phase number 3. It might look it was the best success, but in fact, as the period was twice longer than in the phase number 2, then I would not say it was the best phase from these 3 ones. So let's say here I asked to find 3 people to join this group, and from these values I found out that the optimal way is not ask to find 3 or 1 person, but the optimal is just the compromise is to ask 2 people to join the group. So you can use these results if you are willing to gain some community around your effort or projects. just ask to find other two people. So it was quite fun, quite interesting, and a very simple experiment. I thank you to all of you who joined and participated this experiment and find the people to gain more and more people inside that group. If I switch back to the group on the Facebook, here we have the number 934 as it's shown in the presentation, and now the final target, as I presented before, is to reach 1000 members, and we are very close to this target. So now the experiment number 2, phase 3, is finished. There is no other phases will be available because it doesn't make sense to ask for 4 people or whatever. So now I will let it grow naturally, that it will grow like a tree by itself without any effort or any gaining. So I hope we will get to this number soon. So if you are listening just now and you are new here, just go to the comment below this video and join the group directly, so you will help to reach the target as soon as possible. And now I will just briefly talk about experiment number 1, because the experiment number 2 is now officially finished, and the experiment number 1 is still alive, and it will be alive for a long time. Maybe it will not end up anytime. So if you are in this group and go to the futured, then scroll down, and here the experiment is right here, and I will just read it. So think about the earth and then write down 2 numbers in a range from 1 to 100, and that's it, just 2 numbers. And I'm collecting these numbers and putting them into the graph, into the coordinates, and then from that the picture is appearing, and as the people are putting their numbers, the picture is getting more and more forms. So if you see here in the comments here, see that there is a last 2 numbers. If I put these all comments or most recent, so there are all these numbers, so you can just write it down directly into the comment line, or you can put it to the comment line of this video. That's also possible, so I will harvest it from this place as well. And let's see how that looks like. So that is the task, and until now 130 members joined this experiment, and this is the final results, or until today. So if you shrink your eyes, you can see here some forms, and it's quite interesting that there are more concentration in the left low corner, and it's growing up into the top, and then there is some kind of connection, and right here the cluster here is also interesting. So if you look on it more closely, you can see there are more and more forms, and that's it. So that's all I wanted to tell you today. I hope you like it, and I'm now working on the website, which is almost finished. So within a few weeks or days, I would say, rather weeks, I am preparing a surprise for you. So everything since then will be much easier than it is now. So I'm getting and giving to this project more and more shape. So that's all. Thank you for watching and your attention. You can watch these videos on my right until I come back, and have a great time. So see you next occasion. And that means goodbye.